These two ginormous trees behind me are pecan trees. This is not Copperhead Road Homestead. This is up the road from Copperhead Road Homestead. And this is actually right next door to the house that I grew up in. I drove by and I noticed these little bits of green around these two big pecan trees. I got permission from the landowner of this property. His name is Lewis. He's a really great guy, because I saw these bits of green around these pecan trees. And I thought that they might be little baby pecan trees. Turns out that they are not. They're just weeds. But over here next to this other pecan tree, it looks like there is one little baby pecan tree. And I'm gonna go over there and see if I can dig it up. So this is a pretty good sized little pecan tree. It's probably a few years old already. This property used to belong to my grandmother's brother. His name was Aubrey. And he lived over here as well. I think my great-grandparents lived on a house on this property that my mom and dad still own here. I remember picking some of these whenever I was a kid, just picking them up off the ground. It takes 7 years for a pecan tree to bear pecans, is what I'm told. I was gonna try to get a few of these, but I only see the one. I was also gonna try to get some cuttings and propagate some from cuttings. I've never done that before. I can shimmy up this tree and get a cutting or two. I am interested about the cuttings. I don't know. I haven't researched any at all yet, but if you know, if you can take cuttings from a pecan tree, a hickory tree, hickory and pecan are related. If you know you can, then let me know down in the comments below. I'm gonna see if I can dig this up. It is really close, so I might not be able to. Success! I got it! And it got a pretty good little amount of roots here with it as well. Does look like it's got a bunch of ants and stuff on it. These, I believe, are paper shell pecans. I was hoping to get 4 or 5 or 6 or even 10 of them. This isn't the best time to transplant a tree. You really need to transplant a tree when they're dormant. I'm gonna get it back in the truck and take this back to Copperhead Road Homestead, and I'm gonna plant it. Let's go. And we're over here. I've got a bunch of gummy berries here. I planted up here some comfrey and 4 different varieties of pecan trees, and I don't think any of them have lived. The first thing I'm gonna do is dig this one up. It was a desirable pecan tree, and you see the graft right here. After I stopped the footage before, I found another one, but it was between 2 roots, so I couldn't dig it up. So I clipped it. I'm gonna test to see if you can root these. I'm gonna damage it. I'm gonna wound it a little bit. It looks like it might be already a little wounded, but I'm gonna scrape it a little bit. And here where it's scraped and wounded, that's where some of the roots are gonna come out. And I'm gonna dip it in a little rooting hormone. Just give it a quick dip. And then I'm gonna stick it in the ground. So I got it in the ground, and this comfrey that was right here, I just cut it back because it had already gone to flower. I took those pieces and I broke them up, and I put them here as some mulch on top of it. So that's gonna just feed it a little bit more and maybe keep it a little moist. We'll see if this works. I've got this other one that has roots on it, and we'll see if we can get it to stay alive this time as well. Here's another one of these pecan trees that I bought. They were this high when I got them. But it looks like there's some life on this one, but it looks like it's coming down from below the graft. But these look like pecan leaves. The graft is a Stewart. The graft is a Stewart pecan. It looks like this is coming down from below the graft. Either way, whatever kind of pecan it is, maybe it'll do okay. Here's another one that did make it. It has nothing coming out of it at all. So it just broke off. It was a Cape Fear. Let's get a hole dug for this other one. And I'm gonna do the same thing that I did with that other one. I'm gonna cut this comfrey here, and I'm gonna break it up and just put some chop and drop mulch on it. Okay, I'm gonna go over there and do one more thing. I'm gonna get some of that compost tea. I'm just gonna get full strength compost tea and put all around it, and probably this other one over here as well. I wanna try to help it as much as possible. It is gonna go through this transplant shock. This isn't the best time to do it because, again, you do it when it's dormant. Have I said that already? It's not the best time to do it in the middle of summer. But I'm doing it now, so we'll just see how this works. If you've done things like this before, if you've had experience like this, if you've grown pecans, if you've got any pecan growing tips, put all those things down in the comments below. I would love to hear those things from you. If you like things like this, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, select all so you never miss a notification. Come back on Sunday nights on YouTube at 8 p.m. We have a live stream where Rue and I sit in front of the camera. We answer your questions. We talk about what's going on. We would love to have you be a part of that. Thanks for coming.